All right, so a little bit different style of video tonight. We're sitting in my office currently at work. I did get called in mid-video today, so, you know, the show must go on. So I'm here. I'm just going to go over the charts. I'm going to be able to actually, because I don't have anything else going in this video, I'm going to be able to do a lot more as far as technical analysis. So we'll jump right into it. We're going to start with TPTW. Had a pretty good day today. I'm going to make myself pretty small here just to make sure because I haven't done this style in a while. Update on my studio. I did just order the lights, so I'm going to have really good lighting. I'm selling my dining room table, so I'm going to have a really nice area to work from. Everything's going to look more professional, and we just keep getting better. You keep moving forward, just like in the stocks. You make a bad play, you get the next one. But here's the thing. I have a lot of people telling me, hey, I'm new, I'm just starting, and I could see them chasing FOMO. They're just making all the common mistakes that every new trader makes. What I would suggest you do is actually just slow down and learn before you start throwing money in. You could trade with paper. You can trade fake trades. Every platform allows you to do that without actually using your money. I made that mistake when I first came into the market. I put 100 grand into a penny stock thinking it was the next big thing. Big lesson learned. But that's because I went gung-ho when I first started. I didn't think about trying to learn first. I just jumped in and started gambling. And yes, I learned the hard way. I still learned, but I would have much rather still had that 100 grand in my pocket. So, all right. So yeah, the first chart is TPTW. Let's pull that up. It should be good. I was in this, or I am in this. I was in this at 13 once I saw it kind of turning off the bottom here. Technicals are super good. Your RSI is turning up. Yeah, your RSI is turning up. Your MACD is turning up. Everything looks really good. They are still diluting. By the way, I'm honest. I never told a lie in my entire life, so I can't lie on this platform. And basically, they are diluting. I mean, you could see it clearly through GTSM and BLAS. They're two very dilutive MMs. The thing is they're not being aggressive with it like they were back up in the high twos. That's when they were just dumping on everybody's skulls with 30 million asks and just bid dumping galore, and that's what brought it down to the current price, which gave an opportunity to new buyers to get in at a decent, solid price. So now that the dilution is lingering, there isn't as much, and it's not as aggressive. This thing has the opportunity to not only get news tomorrow, which I do think that this company tends to release news on Thursdays, which is the best news release days for companies. That's the truth. I don't know why, but Thursdays usually tend to be good news days. Always have water. Always be drinking water nonstop. Never have a soda or I don't even want you on my page. We don't drink soda here, okay? But yeah, TPTW looks great. It looks like it wants to pop above this middle orange band. If we get news, this thing could really take off. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this dip and then a rip. But if we don't get news tomorrow, I'm looking at a high of 16, 17, 18, and then we'll see where it goes from there. 18 is definitely going to be your first resistance. 25 is your next resistance, and then blue skies pretty much after that. SINT. Picked this one up today at 275. I'm really pissed. I'm really pissed because I went lighter on this one and I went heavier on TRKA. TRKA actually ended up being the smarter pick in the beginning of the day. I was up like 40% at one point because I had a very solid buy-in. And of course, throughout the end of the day, from lunchtime on, just selling, nonstop dilution into the bid. Retail can't put up with it. Tanks all the way back to my average. I can't sell because I can't day trade. I would have sold at 4.6, would have made my 30% clear out and probably gotten to SINT or loaded more into SINT, even if it was above my 275 starter. But hey, you know, what can you do? This is just the way of the market. You can't beat yourself up about it. At least I didn't lose money today. I'm still green in TRKA after the But enough about TRK. We'll get to that. SINT looks incredible. You closed over this middle band. You're closing over resistance, which was pretty much 2.8 to 3. That was where it was like having a lot of trouble. Your technicals are turning up. Everything looks incredible on the technical side. You do have a gap up here all the way at 6. So you could be headed there quickly. I would look to buy in at around, I mean, I would say try and get in around 3, maybe right under 3 on a dip in the morning. If you get that opportunity, get in. I would not chase. It could, even if you do chase, you could still end up making money in this. But every time I've chased in my entire life, it's almost always worked out against me. So that's why I don't do it anymore. It's just a rule of thumb. If I miss it, I'll find something else. But I'm looking for a dip to add at 3 in the morning. JAGX. This is one of the most oversold stocks I've ever seen in my entire life, not going to lie. I just can't believe it. The RSI is at 12.5, which I've never seen in my entire life. The MACD is turning up, which is very odd considering the RSI is so low. I think this, on every single indicator you can possibly look at, this thing is oversold. It will bounce. I don't know how high it will bounce. I think I could see it easily going back to 250. You're currently at 130, so this could be close to a double. Usually these things tend to run double off bottom if you get it pretty much to a T. I think that the bottom is going to be 125 to 130. I will load more and heavy there. If I can get in at 125 and get my average down to like 130, because I only had a starter in my initial. I said I went all in, but that's all in the cash that I had on hand, which was pretty much a starter comparative to my portfolio. So I'm not in deep. I'm just down a little bit, but because I only took a starter, I didn't sell my 10% because this thing is so oversold it could run at any time. I will be looking to add heavy though at 125. TKRA. Now, I went on the board today and I was invested. I was pissed off a little bit, but at the same time, I just knew they were diluting. That resurrection that pushed us all the way back to 4.9, if the stock was healthy and they weren't diluting, it would have stayed at least above 4.5 and probably got another continuation tomorrow. But this huge red dildo and this fucking thing right here, that is dilution. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. I think you are sitting at this middle band with the gap that just got filled. I do think that you could have another pop in this. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I pray to God it is, because I'm going to murk myself if it doesn't. But this thing could pop from here. I like the fact that it filled the gap. I like the fact that it's sitting at the middle orange band. I don't love the technicals. Even though they are overbought, they could still get another pop. It did get oversold. RSI is currently sitting at 50. So you're still kind of hot on your technicals. But at the same time, this thing could definitely pop. There's a few things working in its favor. There's a few things that aren't. But also, all in all, they probably need to stop diluting at this point. They've already sold $800 million in the past 2. They probably dumped all they had to dilute in the past 2 days. They took advantage of the high share price. This is why people that chase, and somebody came on that was subscribed to my page. God, I can't talk. I'm so tired. And they said, "Oh, this thing's never going to have a dip. This thing's never going to have a dip." That was when the price was right here. I told them, "Don't ever say that. Like, don't ever think that. You're going to get screwed." And boom! If you would have bought above 80, anywhere near that, you are in a hole that you are most likely not going to get out of. That's the problem. That's why people aren't successful in the trade in the stock market, because they get all excited and then they get destroyed. IBIO. This thing is probably, I really like this stock. I don't know if it's going to come back to this middle band, but I do know that was a very good pullback, healthy. You're breaking out. You get another green candle here, you're gone, I think. So I will be looking to possibly enter this tomorrow, depending on the trading. But it does look good to me. You had a higher high and a lower low. So don't let this red candle fool you. I see a lot of pullbacks once it starts to break out, and then they send it the next day. They try and shake retail, get somebody to think that it's reversing off the highs, and then they send it. So keep a close eye on that one. HNRC. Had a pretty strong pullback today. It seems like it's a thin stock, but again, you pull back to this middle band. I really do like this one. It seems bullish as shit. This does seem like the beginning of a run. I do not think that this is just going to be a fluke pop and drop. I do not think that this is a pump and dump. I think that your MACD looks good. I think that your RSI looks good for a continuation up into the 80s. I do think that this could easily hit 20 short term, and that's a double from the current position, so it could be a big buy for me. DOMA. Went through hell in a handbasket recently, had a good run, big pullback, big pop back up, pull back down. If you're going to buy this, I would set an alert down. I mean, I don't even know. This thing just looks ugly right now. Just a lot of selling, a lot of dilution. This is called a pump and this is called a dump. I don't know what else to tell you. These companies, they're short on cash. So when they get a big rise in their stock price, they will destroy it. There is no... this is a huge run, okay? So take advantage of this and take advantage of this as well. Get out so you can avoid it. But, you know, you might be coming into oversold territory here. Could go for another pop, but since you did break this previous low, I am looking to buy in or get shares around 40 would be probably not a bad spot to buy. EPAZ. Currently very similar to IBIO. You had the pop, you had the flag, you had the pop. It tried to break above it. I think it went up just a little bit too hot. I said I want to see one day. Yesterday I said that I want to see one day of consolidation. You had that. Now if you continue north, it could be a lot also like IBIO in that it's going to break out and really truly take a second leg. You don't want to see it start to come back to this middle band. It's going to show tremendous weakness if it does. You want to keep the fucking shit going. You want to keep this shit going. You want to get this thing to pop above the previous highs and continue on to the next leg. SEII. SEII, this thing is just super cheap. I mean, I think it's got a really, really tiny share structure. This thing can move on air. It's currently at 0.0017. I'll have to look up the market cap on it, but it's got to be really, really low. You had a lot of selling the past couple of days. This might be bottoming out. I would keep an eye on this one for a pop-off bottom. AHRO. Wait, does this work? Because this is just better. Yeah, that's fine. AHRO, I mean, look, again, this is why people get trapped in stocks, is because they chase this FOMO, not even looking at a chart or having any idea what they're doing, and then they just got their ass slammed, and now you're just sitting here doing nothing, just like it was here. It's a waiting game for anybody that bought up here. I wouldn't even, this just doesn't look good. The volume's dead. Your technicals are kind of like whatever. It just kind of is fluttering within this area with super low volume. I don't like it at all. But if you're going to buy it and you do think that the stock is going to go up in the future, now would be the time to buy. MULN. This thing is getting incredibly oversold at this point. But, you know, dilution as well. And if you look, this horizontal line is pretty much on this low. So if you are going to buy, again, if you're looking for a reversal, you might get one more push down in the morning, and then you might get a pop. So I said that I was wanted to get in at 20. I forgot to even look at this today, but 18.95, this is getting oversold, folks. I think that this might be a good time to at least take its shot here for a pop back to 25 to 27. DBMM. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of believers in the stock. You're pretty oversold. You did have this pop back. Like I said, you're way underneath this middle band. You're going to get a pop back to it, and you did. You got all the way from down at 7 to 14. That's a double. That's very good return on investment there. But you got rejected at that line, and now you're pulling back. If you want to re-enter, I would say now is probably a good time. Hopefully you get a W formation that breaks above that 13.4 line, and you can maybe head to 2 cents. NVOS. Popping a pullback, I would say this is probably a good time to enter. Not going to lie, you filled this gap that you had down at 16, you closed at 19. I don't love the RSI, but it's not actually that bad. Your MACD looks very healthy. Your volume is there. As long as you can get another push, you could go on a serious run here. This thing wants to go. But right now would probably be the time to buy, or if you can, I doubt you're going to get a drop back down to 14. But if you do, that's 100% a buy. If you do get a push above 25, that could be a breakout as well. IND. Not the right one. IND, this one looks pretty good too. You had this pop off the bottom. Now you're getting, pull back to this middle orange band. You're going to want to see a little bit of an uptick pushing on 5.8 that's going to break that and send it north. This thing is known to run. Your technicals are not overbought. It just looks pretty good on the chart. Steady, low volume, but I would say right now is a good time to buy, right at 5 for a potential double even. COSM. This one also looks pretty good. This kind of looks like TPTW to me, but you're getting this push above this middle orange band. You're getting a hold above it, which is very healthy. This thing has been beaten down. It could do a W thing here. Your technicals are really, really good. I would say this thing is bullish. Slow, but bullish. Tesla. This is one that I've been telling my friend to get out of, like at 200 for like a year now, but he didn't listen. Luke, what are you doing, bull? This thing popped, and I said this is where your resistance is going to be. I said this is where you should sell, okay, right there. And look, it got a little bit above it. But now look, you're going to get this gap filled down at 145, no doubt about it. Your technicals are coming back down. Everything's coming back down. This is why you play the swings. If you were able to get it, first of all, when it was up here, I said sell. When it was here, I said sell. Didn't listen. Came all the way back down here. Now listen, if you sell here and you buy back, okay, it's getting oversold here. Even if you buy back in here on these drops, you still get a big pop. So you sell here, you buy back anywhere down here, lower than where you sold it, you get another pop, almost 100% from the lows, you sell it again, you wait for it to come back to 145, you enter again. But the thing is there's a lot people that don't flip, don't know technical analysis, because if they would look at the chart, they would see, okay, this is a time to buy, this is a time to sell. That's what technical analysis is for. You can believe in the company all you want, but there are going to be ebbs and flows. And clearly, this one has an ebb and a flow to it, just like every other single stock on the market. So you want to take advantage of the pops and you want to take advantage of the drops, but you want to be out and you want to get back in. You don't want to just hold it through the swings. Your money is just going to be in limbo, and you don't know where the economy is going to go. And if it's going to go anywhere, it's going to go down to hell. So just be careful. Make sure that you learn technical analysis and you know what's going on. AMC, This thing looks pretty good here because of this middle band. It's tended to respect it in the past. This time it got a little bit below it. If you do get a break below it and you hit like down near 5, that's a very strong buy. This is still kind of it might be a starter time to get into AMC at 580. MSGM. This thing looks pretty good. You're getting the pullback hard. You're getting a pop above this middle band. You could be headed to 14 next stop. If it starts to go again, you might get another push up. The MACD looks good. The RSI looks good. The very, very little volume. So you're going to need volume to step in. If you do get volume, you're looking at a reversal. RUM. Drop below, push above. You're at previous kind of resistance here. Again, ebb, flow, ebb, flow, ebb, flow. Like, you're not always going to time everything perfectly, but this thing does kind of look bullish to me. I do think that it's going to break 10, and I do think it's going to get a little bit above it. I do like RUM. I like the company in general. I should be on it, but I'm not because YouTube is just like, whatever. It's the main go-to. It's easier. There's more of an audience. It's a shame, and I literally can't stand it. To all the RUM believers out there, I'm right there with you. I'm a scumbag for being on YouTube, but what are you going to do, huh? AWON. Went from being A1 to this is a good one. It's flagging here pretty strongly. You're getting a lot of consolidation up here with this line rising. I think that you're going to get another breakout soon, probably to 77, which would be the next stop. This is a very healthy consolidation period that could continue north any day. OWLT, another good one, is a long hold, at least for a week. Look, I mean, this thing wants to go off bottom. It had this big day pullback, but now it's steadily rising. Volumes there. Everything's curling up and steadily rising up. No huge spikes, which are going to cause huge drawbacks. This one is very, very bullish. I'm not going to buy because it doesn't look as exciting as I want it to be, and I'm a piece of shit action junkie, but this is a good hold, probably for long term because it has been beaten down so bad. I know people that use the actual products that the company sells, so it could be a long-term hold for you longer holders out there. GZIC. Traded this one before, not sure what's happening now. Yeah, and you had this very good couple days here, and now you had this pullback, and you're kind of just sitting here at bottom. It's not like it's not a good stock to buy. It's very low, but it's just I don't know when the next news cycle is going to come in that's going to cause it to pop. I'd rather wait for a candle like this to buy in or a pullback like this to buy in. I'm not going to waste my time on bottoms right now. There's just too much money to be made elsewhere. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. TGLO. Looking pretty bullish. This thing looks like it wants to form a W here. You have 2 bullish days in a row, but nothing is overbought on your technicals. Volume is steadily increasing. You look to break 30 and get on a run to 40. You could break that. You could be in serious territory for a run, but you're probably going to come back up to this trend line around 40, 35. Still a good gain from where it currently is. Good stock. VPLM. This thing is starting to flag pretty hard here. It does look like it wants to at least get back up to 6.8. This would be a good time to buy. I think it's going to start to break out a little bit here. You're oversold on your techs, and it looks like it's wanting to curl up and break this downtrend, break out of this pennant, and potentially get up to the all-time highs. We'll have to see about that, but right now is a good time to buy, in my opinion. XELA, the dilution machine, had a good day today. Nice little 12% pop. Your technicals are okay. You're just going to need this company to stop diluting because every time it seems to get a good day, it wants to pull back. So I want to see some type of extended release. There's so much volume in this thing. I can't believe the amount of dilution, but what are you going to do? That's the way of the market right now. GVSI, I told you yesterday, it's probably a good time to buy, and it was. Came back down to this bottom band, bounced right off of it, right back to 14. It looks like it wants to break out of this trend, could easily get back to 18.2. If it breaks that, it could get back to 2.5 cents. I don't really see that. I see this as bringing your stoppage point. Take it from 11 to 18, you make 70%, you get out. Better volume today. Everything looks really good on the technicals, starting to turn up. If you get a dip tomorrow, buy it. EMGE. Also, I said this was oversold back when it was here, and I was correct. It's starting to pop back up. 3.8 now, looking to go to 4.3 as your first stop. You break that, you could be headed up to 6.7. Looks pretty good here. Technicals look pretty good. I think they're done with the diluting for now. Turn the spigot off, so you could be good to go for another pop in this one. WETG. Traded this one as well back in these days. Had a strong pullback. Not exactly sure why it's showing me this time frame. Let's do a 30-minute to see if that's, it won't change. It'll like fuck it up. Yeah, it'll fuck it up. No, that's 1 minute. Didn't want that, but it's not going to work. So either way, WETG did have a pop-off bottom. Your RSI is curling back up. You don't have a lot of volume, so I'm not really looking to get in this yet, but there is a potential for a reversal in this one. ONCS. Great day today. This thing is looking really good. Came back down, didn't fill the gap. Because it does look really strong. Your technicals are not overbought, even though this has gone through huge swings recently. This thing could take off, get above 3, and you could see a serious breakout. Blue sky breakout, even. Depends. You just got to get the hype going on. XALL. Nice day today. Came back up and touched this top band. Closed pretty strong. You're going to want to see a continuation, maybe a pullback down to mid-7s to enter, but you want to see it pop above 12.1 to continue and go on to the next leg. It's possible that it could do that. Not loving the MACD. RSI is fine, but play it accordingly. PPCB, said this one yesterday was looking pretty good, and it sure was. 33% gain on the day. Up to trip 8. You had the potential, I said, to look at 5 to enter. You did get a chance to get in at 5, and it pushed right back up to 8. Incredible gain from 5. Technicals look incredible. You break out of 11, you're looking at a breakout to, well, I mean, this thing could really run. This could be a big runner. ETAO. 40% down today. Wow. This is why we don't chase, folks. You buy on these big drops, not these pops. Now, again, this is way oversold, so it wasn't the worst idea of all time. You could have got the 439, but I mean, you almost did. You got the 387, but it just got denied. Just a tough day for anyone in that. You're starting to form a trend line here. You got to hold here, and you got to continue to reverse. Being down 40%, if you're down 40% in this, I'm not saying your money's gone, but that's just a bad position to be in, and just be careful. Remember to buy the fear, not the excitement. MWWC, which was a request. Just not, I mean, volume's starting to come in a little bit, but I don't really tend to look at these stocks, these really low stocks. They're just too dangerous to me. They're a piece of shit for a reason. Not saying that this can't break out, but I'm just seeing like just whatever. going to need news, going to need something in the future. This is something that I want to keep on my watch list and maybe set an alert for 3 to see, is the volume coming in? But as far as right now, I'm just not looking to buy and hold for too long. BRLL. God. What a day. I'm going to be up till I'll probably get home at 9 in the morning. I've been up since like freaking 4 a.m. this morning. But either way, no excuses. BRLL, I mean, look, you had this gradual decrease. It does look like it's trying to break out of this trend. If you're going to buy now. It does look like it wants to get out of here. Look, I mean, you had this, then you had this, you had this. Now you could have that again. So see how it broke. Look, it almost kind of looks like this. It tried to break out. It tried to break out. That's exactly. Then it pulled back. Now look, you still had 3 weeks of trading. So I'm going to see a full break and then I'll buy. But this one could be good in the next few weeks for a major run. We'll have to see. That's going to about do it for me today. That's probably 30 stocks that I've went over while at work. Yes, leave page. Yes, make myself bigger. I look tired. So yeah, so that's it. Why am I turned around? God only knows. But yeah, until tomorrow, I'm glad I could at least get something out tonight. I'm saying IBIO is probably going to be a good buy. HNRC is probably going to be a good buy. TPTW, looking to see if that can get to 18 today. There's a few others, but you watch the video, so you know what I'm bullish on. Hopefully TRKA is done diluting and not going to continue to be an absolute piece of shit that makes me 40% and wipes it all away because I can't day trade. Yes!